good? We're 5 o'clock. We're good? Everybody's good? Okay. Well, so if everybody take their seat, please. We'll call this commission meeting today to order. And the first order of business is invocation and pledge led by Charles Otto. If you'd bow with us, please.
If everybody would pray along or just silently say your own. Lord, thank you for the opportunity we have to meet and conduct the business of our citizens. Guide us especially this evening as we make decisions that lay our course for the upcoming year. As we approach our 250th birthday, may we also reflect on the extraordinary miracle of our nation, thankful for the many blessings you have bestowed upon us. On April 19, 1775, the shot heard around the world signaled the beginning of our quest for liberty, unequivocally secured in our collective consciousness on July 4, 1776, with the adoption of our Declaration of Independence. Today and tomorrow and beyond, help us rededicate ourselves to the principles our forefathers so clearly laid out, and which our 16th president so eloquently declared, that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from this earth. We thank you for their wisdom and humbly ask that you continue to bless our nation with men and women of great courage to lead us to our future. And may we always remember that our service does not begin nor end in these chambers, but continues each moment of every day. In your name we pray. Amen.
Please rise.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next item is acceptance of the agenda. What's the pleasure of the board?
Move to approve.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you. Proclamation recognition of the Fayette County State Court Summer Intern, Judge Thompson. We're always glad to see you.
Chair, commissioners, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Instead of me talking for 4 minutes, we got a video that we're going to play that our interns worked on. So if we can play that, that'll be the bulk of our presentation today. Thank you for the time to do this. I'll say a few words after this.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Hassie Medapur. I'm a junior at McIntosh High School. One thing I really enjoy about working here at State Court is heading all of Judge Thompson's speaking engagements and also working on all the social media outreach.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Giu. I go to the University of Georgia. I'm majoring in criminal justice and minoring in sociology. And I'm excited to sit in trials and just watch court proceedings happen.
Hi, my name is Chloe Keeley. I'm a senior at Whitewater High School. One of the things I really enjoyed while working in the courthouse is being able to work with the other interns and working on projects that are being presented in the schools and in the courtrooms. One thing I'm looking forward to is our Capitol visit at the end of March.
Hi, my name is Anna Grace Scott. I'm a graduate of Whitewater High School here in Fayette County, and I graduated from the University of Georgia in the last May, I guess, sorry. But I'm going to law school in the fall. One thing I really enjoyed doing here is the People's Law School and just learning how to get involved in the community.
Hi, my name is Valeria Suarez, and I'm a senior at Sandy Creek High School. One thing I look forward to doing here is going to see the state capitol with Judge Thompson and State Court.
Hey, I'm Andrew Marnell. I'm currently an intern at Fayette County State Court. I graduated from Whitewater High, and I'm currently attending Mercer University, going into my junior year. A couple things I learned from interning here is basically how the judicial system works, how it processes over time, and how quickly things can be done of a good judge.
Hello, my name is Gonzo Maxwell. I originally went to McIntosh High School, and now I am a rising third year at the University of Georgia, majoring in political science and international affairs with a minor in law jurisprudence in the state, and working with Judge Thompson and engaging with the community as a student interested in going to law school.
Hello, my name is Andres Davila. I'm a rising senior at Mercer University in Macon, Georgia. I'm an international student from Spain, and the thing I've loved and enjoyed the most about working with Judge Jason Thompson is getting a deeper insight into how daily court proceedings work.
Hi, I'm Ava Newell. I'm in the University of Georgia and am majoring in English and political science with a minor in Spanish. I'm really excited to be here working with Judge Thompson and staff in order to learn more about potential career routes for me as a prospective law student and to gain practical experience and insight into the world of law.
I'm Henry Crozier. I go to Georgia College and State University, and I'm most excited to see how lawyers really operate in a courtroom.
Hi, my name is Madison Meeks, and I'm a sophomore at McIntosh High School. During this internship, I learned the day-to-day operations of state court. And I really just got to know Judge Thompson and his team, and I'm really thankful for this opportunity.
I'm Sydney Oakes. I go to Georgia Southern University, and I'm most looking forward to learning how the court works and seeing court cases.
Hi, my name is Alex, and I am a graduate of Starsmill High School, then Georgia College of State University, and then I'm a rising 2L at the University of Nebraska College of Law. This summer, I look forward to getting a hands-on experience with the law.
Hi, my name is Nia, and I graduated from McIntosh High School. I did my undergrad at UGA, and I'm currently at UGA Law, Go Dogs, and I have really enjoyed observing judicial proceedings and learning from the judge, other court staff.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Salguero. I graduated from Whitewater High School in 2021, and I am a current second-year law student at Emory University School of Law. One thing I look forward to while serving in Fayette County State Court with Judge Thompson is seeing how the skills and knowledge I learned during my first year of law school are applied in the court.
Chair, Commissioners, staff, and Fayette County citizens, I'm going to ask our interns to make their way up there. And as they do, I just want to say thank you for always allowing us to take a few moments and brag on our students. These are students that have either worked with us throughout the year through work-based learning that we have a partnership with the Fayette County Board of Education, and we have all the high schools in Fayette County that we work with, or they've spent the year, they've done internships in college, or we have some of our law student interns. And Lynn, if you'll just stop right there, we'll stop for our picture right there. A couple of the highlights is we have had our law students, they helped us out with, they were presenters at our free session of the People's Law School. And another highlight that we had is that Valeria right there from Sandy Creek High School, your mock trial team, they actually did a mock trial for the community at the old historic courthouse, and that was something we did for the community. And Sydney, I got to call on you because Sydney, your mom and I went to Fayette County High School just a few years ago, and I got to work with you as an intern this year, so that was really special for me. So, commissioners, if we can get a picture with y'all, we would love to do that. And ladies and gentlemen, these are our state court interns. Big round of applause. And moms and dads, if you want to come up, get your picture, please come up and get your picture. And I also got to brag on our staff. Kelly, SB, Dana Dove, and Sylvia, are you here? There's Sylvia Wilson for helping, so we're all going to get it. Moms and dads, come on up here for the photos. All right, close. All right, I think we got some. Alex, you're in the back. All right, here we go.
Okay, now the parents. Go on in there, parents. Come on.
All right, now the parent. Oh, come on in, parents. Come on in. Eric, you got to get this picture. Come on in, Eric. Come on in, Eric. I'm sitting next to Eric. Come on in, Coach Eric. This is my soccer coach back 30 years ago. Here we go. All right. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Now those kids will take their parents out to eat somewhere really nice.
Cheryl?
Cheryl?
Good evening. So this is the second and final budget presentation for fiscal year 2027. I am glad to say, and I'm sure that you are as well. So again, you've seen this slide several times. It just shows our projection for 2026 with a general fund balance of $30.89 million. And you can see how the money is restricted in our fund balance, leaving an unassigned estimated balance of $4.4 million. So we're going to move on to some discussion items. Some of these have been discussed in prior meetings, but we're going to address them one by one. This is the budget summary as it stands as of the end of June 11th, with an positive impact of fund balance of around $482,000. Budget discussion item number 1 is a continuation of an item from the June 11th meeting. And this is just an overview of basically a possible proposal of increasing the Board of Commissioners' base rate because it's now no longer tied to the Superior Court judges. And so that was discussed last time. We also ran some numbers per request, and so basically the proposed numbers that you see there are for a base increase of $2,500, which does not mean $2,500 times 5, because that base number is worked into with COLAs, long-term, longevity, etc. So it's a higher number than just the $2,500 times 5 members. So we are estimating that the earliest that this could possibly go into effect would be January 1 of 27. So we are estimating 6 months of impact for the budget. So based upon the increase of the $2,500, a total impact for 6 months would be $8,622.66. And that is for the $2,500 increase. You can see how the numbers looked with the increased amounts there, and then it was calculated from that point to show what the impact is. So that's the $2,500. Option 2 is a base increase of $5,000. So it's basically taking everything times 2. The total impact for the full year would be $34,490, and for 6 months that increase would be $17,245.33. And so now we would have to decide, you would need to decide if you want to go forward with either one of these options.
Yeah, we need a motion from the board in regards to whether they want to go forward with option 1 or option 2, whatever the dollar amount is, so that we get at that point works it up for the legislative package, take that to the local delegation in November, get that approved, and then if it gets ratified, whenever it goes into effect. So that January 1, 2027 would be the very first moment that it could be breathed life into. Of course, the legislator can put a different date or a different time to associate with that. We're just trying to plan accordingly for best case.
And the reason for this is that our pay has been uncoupled from the pay of the Superior Court judges, which has been the case for at least 20 years or maybe longer. Is that correct?
Yeah, House Bill 85 actually uncoupled you as well as the state court judge as well as the solicitor. And so what we've done is we've already taken local delegation action on those 2 positions. So the elected positions, which are the chairman and the commissioners, is the only thing that has not been ratified. So your salaries in essence have been frozen. And so to change those salaries requires either to go back through a budgetary process or do a resolution and do it through local act, and this would be the appropriate steps to be able to accomplish the second part.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. Are there questions or comments from our board? Charles, do you have? Oh, okay.
Anything else, Dennis, you need to add?
We're fine, thank you.
Okay. Questions, comments from our board?
None, but I'll make a motion to adopt the change of the legislative package and put this forward to the delegation for consideration at their earliest convenience. There's two options, correct, Dennis?
That's correct.
And we need to determine, and I would include in my motion to go with option one. Option one, base increase, and then option two. Yeah, option. Correct.
Yeah, they're actually both option one. You just need to tell me the dollar amount, whether it's 2,500 or 5,000.
Yeah, 2,500, option one.
Okay. Do we have a second? I'll second it for the purpose of discussion and consideration. So,
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
the comments?
Yeah, so, Charles, you went with 2,500? Is that what you, okay. Well, this is, this is something that now we're tasked with for ourselves, which is very uncomfortable position for maybe all of us, certainly for me, because when it was tied to the Superior Court and the, not annual, but pretty regular COLAs or increases might come down. So we were compensated. At this point now we're on our own, and I think that I can consider this. This is, we're elected to serve the people, and I think we're all trying. So this is just going to be part of our duties going forward. The biggest, I guess, critic we have, or not critic, but approval we get is every 4 years if we want it. So I think that I can go with the 2,500. I don't really want to be considering this again, at least not in the next couple of years. If this is good for both of you for next couple of years, I'm fine with that. And I'd be willing to support this.
Okay. Charles, do you have any comments?
No.
Okay. I think this is a good step. Again, I agree with Chuck that it is a bit uncomfortable in our leadership position, but the one thing that I would say that years ago when Mr. Beckett was our county administrator, he tied, I think he was instrumental in tying our pay to the Superior Court judges, and he wanted the pay to be increased for commissioners to entice some better talented, better leaders for our county, and I certainly agree with that as well. That I want us attract some great people that want to sit up here on this board at some point in time in the future. So with that,
If I could
sure,
make it more uncomfortable for everybody, I will say this: your salaries now are actually tied to House Bill 85. House Bill 85 actually did a 16.5% calculation for commissioners, and then there's a 21% calculation for the chairman. So there will need to be some type of distinction made in that local act that basically says if you're chairman, there'll be a hard dollar differential, which is about $6,200, that whoever's chairman would get that, and whoever's a commissioner wouldn't get that. So while you're approving $2,500 for all those positions, inherently that'll be part of that local act too. I just don't want you to be surprised when you see it that that's carved out a little differently.
Okay.
That's traditional, based upon
That's
appointments to various boards. That's nothing unusual. It's traditional that the chair carries a little bit of more responsibility with ARC and other assignments that come with the position. Is that correct?
100%. And I think that's what House Bill 85 actually reflected as well. It's just that that's currently buried in your salary, so I want to make sure that distinction was made clear.
Okay.
So if there are no other questions, I ask for those in favor to say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed? Thank you. Thank you, Cheryl.
Okay, that's option one, correct, the 2,500?
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, no. Never mind. Okay. So, pay no attention to this budget summary because it is not correct now because I was not planning for that scenario. So, disregard any future numbers you might see in this presentation. Item number 2 is up, and that is proposing an increase. Sorry?
I apologize. So will we have to call a special? You run the numbers, or you can have them run by the end of the meeting?
We're going to
be adopted?
It'll be, the budget resolution will be updated by the end of the hearing, and it'll be able to be signed tonight.
Okay, that's what I need to know.
It's just a small change.
All
It's
right.
just the only scenario that we did not anticipate, so.
Just didn't want the public to think that we adopted something and these
Yeah.
numbers are no good.
Yeah,
They need
yeah,
to get a good
exact-
number so we can vote.
Right, it will just be a
Okay.
change of that $8,600 difference.
And somebody's over there running them right now, right?
No. I'm thinking about
No,
them anyway.
Sergio's still in the room, so no.
No, they're thinking about them back there. So the next item, item number 2, is a merit for cooperative extension. We have done this for cooperative extension for the past few years that I'm aware of, and it's basically paying the cooperative extension employees. They get paid from UGA and they get paid from the county, so it's only an increase in what we pay what Fayette County pays the employees. The increase is a total of $1,916.
Move to approve the recommendation for a merit increase for the cooperative extension.
Second.
So we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you.
Some more numbers, Sergio.
Yep. Ignore that. Okay. Item number 3 was sort of mentioned, brought up at the last meeting on June 11th, where it just talks about increases for the actual boards that are part of Fayette County, the Board of Assessors, Board of Equalization, Zoning Board of Appeals, and the Planning Commission. So some of them are paid by meeting, some of them are paid by hour, but we were able to estimate based upon prior years what that impact would be with the 5% increase, and it would be approximately $23.72 per year.
Recommendation for the boards listed here for a rate increase by 5%.
Second.
So we got a motion and a second. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
So, again, ignore this budget summary as well. And this slide has been in previous presentations. It's basically taking that first slide that you see with the breakdown of fund balance and putting in a graphical form. So it's the same slide you've seen before. This is the same slide you've seen before. It'll be slightly adjusted where the little blue dot may be slightly higher than the red dot, but still very close. So again, we're planning on keeping our millage rate at the same 3.763. The general fund impact for maintenance and operations for general fund is positive. It will be approximately $461,210 plus approximately $8,600. The 5-year plan is budgeted at $3.9 million, and we continue to provide the service delivery strategies that we always have. We balance current year revenues with current year expenses, maintaining employee benefits, and of course, all departments worked well together to come up with this budget. So now I'm asking you to adopt the fiscal year 2027 budget, and we will have the budget resolution updated for signature after this hearing.
So can we move to approve the budget with the changes that we discussed here? Is that?
Yes, that's correct.
Second. Oh, is that a motion? Second.
So we got a motion and a second. Now, this being a public hearing, do we ask
Absolutely.
for, okay, public input at this time? So if there are those in the audience that would like to comment about our budget at this time, if you would like to come forward, you certainly may do that at this time.
Mac, Melanie, you don't want to say anything?
So seeing, okay, you want, yeah, absolutely, Sheila.
You have to go to the microphone.
You have to go to the mic.
And yes, we know we can hear you.
We've got to record.
Yes. Welcome, Sheila.
First of all, I want to thank everyone for, good afternoon. How are you? I'm doing lovely, always. I've been the clerk now for 26 years, and this is the first time that the Board of Equalization has received an increase. So I just want to say thank you for the nod. I know they'll appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. Are there others who'd like to make comments about the budgets? Seeing none, I close public comment. So we have a motion and a second, correct? So is any comments from the board at this time?
Let me just thank staff for their due diligence. I know it's a traditional part of your job. Nonetheless, it requires a lot of efforts, particularly this year with some interesting dealings with some of our stakeholders and partners. And so kudos to the team and the staff for working collaboratively to get this done in service to our community without any reduction. And so I'm appreciative. Thank you very much.
Yes, and I'd like to recognize Sergio at this time. Please stand up, Sergio. Sergio has been taking care of our budget. Yes. He is. Sergio is retiring, and I was a young man, believe it or not, when he first started helping us at Fayette County, and we really do appreciate you, Sergio, and you're always welcome to come and visit and drop by and everything, and we'll probably still ask you questions about the budget, okay? But thank you so much for your dedication. This budget has got your signature all over it, and not to say that Amanda and the rest of the team isn't involved as equally as well, but we really do appreciate it. Thank you.
We always invite former finance employees to come back and work at any time they choose to. And I would like to thank Sergio, the whole finance team, Michael, who's been his right hand,
Thank you, Michael.
and Amanda, who's my yang to my yin, I guess.
Yes.
So yeah, I appreciate it and appreciate the departments and their efforts into helping make this happen.
And you know Sergio is still a young man.
He is indeed.
And Sergio can still change his mind.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So, without further discussion, I call the question. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And all opposed, thank you. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Amanda. Thank you, Sergio. All right, Debbie, you got the next few.
Now I cannot.
Yes. Thank you for your attendance at this public hearing for zoning amendments conducted before the Fayette County Board of Commissioners. The Fayette County zoning ordinance requires 2 public hearings for amendments to the zoning ordinance. The first of the 2 hearings is held before the Planning Commission and the second before the County Commissioners. This is the second of those public hearings for rezoning petitions presented today. At each hearing, the board will listen to the concerns of those in favor and those opposed to the case being presented. These public hearings shall be conducted with 20 minutes provided for the applicant and proponents and 20 minutes provided for the opponents of an application for amendment. An applicant may reserve part of the allotted time for rebuttal. Staff will present the details of the request. After the presentation, the chairman will ask for those in support of the amendment to come to the podium to speak, and then he will ask for those in opposition to come to the podium to speak. Those with comments should keep their presentation brief, and groups should select a spokesperson so many different viewpoints will have the chance to be heard. When it is your turn to speak, please tell the board your name and address and direct your comments directly to and only to the board. Since these hearings are part of a permanent record, we ask that you speak clearly into the microphone so your comments are properly recorded and can be heard by those in attendance. Please complete the speaker card located on the podium so your name is spelled correctly for the record. The first item is item number 3, petition 1381-26. Mr. Wright, did you want to proceed tonight, since we don't have a full board? Okay. So item number 3 is consideration of petition 1381-26, Wright Chancey McBride, LLC owner, and Rod Wright agent, requesting to rezone parcel number 0448034, which is 8.227 acres, from AR, agricultural residential, to R80, single-family residential. Property is located in land lots 249 of the 4th District and fronts on McBride Road. This item was tabled at the May 28, 2026 Board of Commissioners meeting due to lack of a full board. So it's presented tonight. The lot is a legal lot of record, and it was recorded June 3rd, 2024. It meets or exceeds all the requirements of the R80 zoning district. The future land use map designates this area as Rural Residential 3, which has a 3-acre minimum parcel size, so the request to rezone to R80 is consistent with the future land use map and comprehensive plan. There will be sufficient area for development of 2 residential lots under the R80 zoning. Staff recommends conditional approval of the request to rezone from AR to R80, subject to the following condition. 1, the owner-developer shall dedicate land to Fayette County as needed to provide a minimum of 40-foot right-of-way as measured from the existing center line of McBride Road within 90 days of the rezoning request or prior to the submittal of a final plat, whichever comes first. If you'll pull the maps up, please. It's in South Central Fayette County. You can see that it is currently zoned AR. There's some other property around there, large parcel R80 below that. This is the future land use map, which is Rural Residential 3, which does support the 3-acre lot minimum. It does have some minimal impacts of stream buffers and floodplain. And then this is an aerial view of the property, along with a survey of a proposal for 2 lots. And it will have sufficient acreage to support the 3-acre minimum even after the dedication of right-of-way. That's all staff has at the moment.
Okay. Mr. Wright, would you like to come and make some comments?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Rod Wright. I'm here to ask for y'all's approval of the rezoning request, and I do accept the conditions recommended by staff.
Okay.
And I'm here to answer any questions, and if I need to come back, I'd like to save some time to rebut.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I know you answered Deb's question from your chair, but I'd like to have you on record. Do you want to proceed, though we do not have a full board?
Let's move forward.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so with this being a public hearing, if there are those in the audience that would like to come and speak at this time in support of this rezoning, you may do so at this time. Seeing none, if there are those in the audience that would like to come in opposition to this rezoning, you may come at this time. Seeing none, I close the public hearing portion of this. Are there questions for Rod as relates to this?
No. I'd move to approve petition 1381-26, Wright Chancey McBride, owner, Rod Wright agent, rezoning parcel of 0448 034, 8.227 acres.
So we have a motion?
With one condition.
With one condition. So do we have a second? I'll second it. So are there other questions or concerns? Questions? Seeing none, I call a question. All in favor of said rezoning, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Rod.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you. The next item, item number 4, is consideration of petition 1382-26. The applicant did submit a request in writing to table this to July 23rd, since we do not have a full board tonight.
So do we have to vote for it to be tabled? Do we need a motion?
Move
So
to table.
Yes.
So we have a motion. Do you have to have a second?
Yeah, please table it to a date certain.
Which date would be best? 1 month from now?
July
The
23rd?
July 23rd.
July 23rd.
Move to table to July 23rd.
So got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Thank you. The next item, item number 5, is consideration of petition 1383-26. I'd like to confirm that the applicant does still want to continue. Yeah, you do want to. Okay. That was the earlier discussion. I just want to make sure that was still their decision.
Okay.
So this, item number 5, is consideration of petition 1383-26, Charles E. Harp, estate owner and Julie Harp agent, requesting to rezone parcel 044701009, 2.34 acres from AR, agricultural residential single, to R70, single-family residential. Property is located in landmark 247 of the 4th District and fronts on Inman Road and State Route 92. The lot is a legal non-conforming lot. Although it does not meet the dimensional requirements under its current AR zoning, it will meet or exceed the requirements of the R70 zoning district. The future land use map designates this area as rural residential 2, which has a 2-acre minimum parcel size. So the request to rezone to R70 is consistent with the future land use map and comprehensive plan. Staff recommends conditional approval of the request to rezone from AR to R70, subject to the following. 1, the owner-developer shall dedicate land to Fayette County as needed to provide a minimum of 50 foot of right-of-way as measured from the existing center line of Inman Road within 90 days of the rezoning request or before a plat is submitted. Environmental management will manage that request. And if you'd bring the map up, please. It's located just across from the Inman Road School. You can see that it is currently zoned AR. Property next to it is zoned R70, and that is the request for this parcel. This is the future land use plan, which shows that rural residential 2 is designated for the area, so the 2-acre zoning is appropriate. And then this just demonstrates that there aren't any significant environmental features. There was a bit of a rerouting when the intersection was improved. This is a survey. Had a little bit of fun researching this, trying to figure out what made it a legal non-conforming parcel. It was originally a much larger parcel. In 1955, you can see the yellow outline of the parcel. Sometime between 1955 and 1962, the road was shown in green in 1955. That road was abandoned, and the road was straightened out, and you'll see that red line was the current road, which did subdivide this parcel, and that's what split it in half. And then you can see today pretty much the current configuration of the parcel. So that was just to establish that it was a legal lot in that configuration.
Okay. So, Ms. Harp, is that correct? Would you like to make some comments, please, ma'am? We promise to be nice, too.
Hi, my name is Julie Harp. I live at 1131 Highway 92 South, and I am the executor of my father's estate. He passed away 3.5 years ago, and this is the very last item of this estate that I'm hoping to close. And had no control over the road being moved before I was even born. And I never knew why my dad didn't do anything with it, but he probably wasn't sure what to do. Miss Debbie has helped me greatly, and I just accept whatever conditions you have. All the lots around it are 2-acre lots, and so I feel like this just conforms to the area in which it is.
Okay, thank you. So with this being a public hearing, if there are those in the audience that are in favor of this rezoning, if you'd like to come and speak at this time, you certainly can. Seeing none, if there are those in the audience who would like to come and speak in opposition to this rezoning, you're welcome to come at this time as well. So I'll close the public comment. So what's the pleasure of the board?
Forward. I know from your seat you said you're willing to proceed with just 3 board members present.
Yes, sir.
You are?
That
Okay.
is correct.
Thank you.
Okay.
I move to approve petition 1383-26 to rezone parcel 044701009 from AR to R70 with the 2 conditions that were accepted. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So do we have a second? I'll second it. So are there other questions of Julie? No questions? So I'll call the question. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you, Julie.
Thank you very much.
Y'all have a good day.
Let's see if she turned her phone off.
Next item is public comment. Speakers will be given a 5-minute maximum time limit to speak before the Board of Commissioners about various topic issues and concerns. Speakers must direct comments to the board. Responses are reserved at the discretion of the board. If there are those in the audience who'd like to come at this time and speak it during public comment, you may do so. Please state your name and your address, please, for the record.
All right, I'm making sure that I got my phone on the minutes. I don't want to go over them. My name is Douglas M. Brantley, Jr. I'm a resident at 150 Honeysuckle Lane, Fayetteville, Georgia. The reason I'm here is this is the 23rd year that I had a problem with a sinkhole in my yard. You bought the lady's house next door, tore it down, and some of the moving trucks that you guys had moving heavy equipment crushed my bottom driveway, which is one, but the water there is still running and it still floods, and you tore the lot down, there's nothing on it, it's growing weeds and all kind of thing, I think that it decreases the value of my house. I had, Mr. Hearn, you came out, Mr. Oda came out, Mr. Ressa, you came out and didn't walk the land, didn't walk and see what the problem was. The thing that y'all said was my pipes were smaller than your pipes. Well, that was a blatant lie, because when they dug them up, I took pictures of it, and mine were huge, okay? 23 years ago, my youngest son almost drowned there because I could swim, and because my son was there with me, my oldest son. We got him out. Dalton is doing well as a professor at the University of Montana. 3 months ago, my middle grandson, one of my daughter's 3 sons, was walking along the edge while I was cutting grass, and it caved in on him. He fell in the hole with a huge chunk. Had it covered him up, it would have hurt him. If he hadn't screamed whenever he fell in, it could have been dangerous. My problem is that when you guys came out, you see the problem. You bought my neighbor's house. Mr. Russo, you came out and said blatantly that Mr. Rapson couldn't offer me the price that he offered me. Well, it's undervalued for what I have in my house. I have the biggest house in the area, okay? I have 6 bedrooms, 4 baths, big lots. I am afraid, because I've got trees. I asked a friend, and you know him, I only did his name, but he's going to take some pictures. I got a tree that if it falls, the kids that play near that pond that we have there, retention pond, if it hits their tree house when they're up there, they will die, okay? I've been telling you this this is about my 14th or 15th visit, and something needs to be done. You offered me a price. As a businessman, I looked at everything, come back with a counter offer. Well, when you didn't accept that, on my phone, I sent a message to Mr. Rapson, told him to bring it back. You guys have already denied you wasn't gonna accept it. I don't know what army y'all grew up in, but I took care of men. I think that I will read something. What we do is public service. How we do it is quality of service delivered. Who we do it for, residents of the county. That comes out from you, Mr. Russo, okay? I'm a resident of the county, have been since 2000. I do not want to be the guy that watches a child or somebody else in a car parked in my driveway die because the county won't get off of their backside and do something. Mr. Rapson, you have been very good. I commend you as a Marine, for listening. But some of you guys came out. You didn't walk the property. You didn't see the problem. I'm asking you to reconsider at the same price. I don't mind eating other costs. I don't have a problem with that. My business is very good. And I teach young kids. I would not dare want somebody to lose their child because somebody on this board or in this committee or in this community didn't do the right thing. The lady next door cries every day. She said she didn't get a fair price on her property. It was the only thing she owned, okay? And it took a lot of money. I don't have that problem. But what I have a problem with, if something happens to one of my children or somebody on my property, I will deal with it like a Marine would deal with it.
Thank you, Douglas.
I hope that y'all do something. I hope everybody knows.
Okay, have a seat, please. Okay, are there others in the audience that would like to speak during public comment, please? Seeing none, I close public comment. The next item on the agenda is the consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
We got a motion and a second on the consent agenda. Any discussion or questions concerning the consent agenda? Hearing none, all in favor of the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Old business, seeing none. New business, item 10. I'll handle the next 4. So Commissioner Gibbons and I were charged to interview all the applicants for the open positions with the Fayette County Development Authority, and there were 11 applicants. We had a good discussion with each and every one of them. One, we had to do a Zoom call or a FaceTime call because they weren't available, but we still accommodated them. So the first that we would like to reappoint Daryl Hicks to the Fayette County Development Authority to fulfill a 4-year term beginning April 10th and expiring April 19th, 2030, and I'll put that in the form of a motion. So we got a motion and a second. Is any other discussion, Dennis?
You did say April 19th, the agenda says April 9th, so April 9th is the correct date, correct?
Okay, that is correct. I'll amend my motion.
I'll amend my second.
Okay. Daryl is here in the audience, and he has served faithfully on this committee in the past, and we appreciate your leadership. And he served also on the elections board as well, and we appreciate all that you bring to the table, Daryl. Really do. So, are there other comments or questions? So, with that motion, I say, ask for a vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Item 11 is the reappointment of Dr. Louis Mata. He's been currently serving on the Development Authority, and I would say that he answered our questions professionally and right on target, and I'm happy to make the motion to reappoint Dr. Louis Mata to the Fayette County Development Authority to fulfill a 4-year term beginning April 10th, 2026 and expiring April 9th, 2030. And I'll put that in the form of a motion.
Second.
So, is Dr. Mata here? He is. Okay, yes, he's in the back. So, thank you for being willing to serve again, and thank you for your service. We do appreciate that. Are there other questions or comments? So, all in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Item 12 is the appointment of Thomas Gray to the Fayette County Development Authority to fulfill a 4-year term April the 10th, 2026 and expiring April 9th, 2030. And I will say that I've been knowing Tom more than 20 years. He coached baseball against our team, my team, and I got to know his son and other coaches and everything. He also attends church with me. He serves at the Board of Education as the Chief Financial Officer as well. So he has got a lot of experience in our community and is well respected. So we have a motion and a second. Is that correct? Are there any questions?
No, need a motion.
I'll put that in the form of a motion for appoint Tom Gray to the Fayette County Development Authority to fulfill a 4-year term beginning April 10th, 2026 and expiring April 9th, 2030.
Second.
So got that in the form of a motion. Any other questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. And item 13 is to appoint Addison Lester to the Fayette County Development Authority to fulfill a 4-year term beginning April 10th, 2026 and expiring April 9th, 2030. And Addison has served on the Elections Board. He's also served on the Fayetteville Downtown Development Authority, if I'm correct in saying that. And he's also a very dear friend of mine and my mother's first cousin. So I want to disclose that, Dennis. Please make sure that's noted for the record, okay? But Addison has done a great job in the past for us on the Elections Board and is well respected. He's lived in our community 70 years, is that correct? So he is born and raised right here in Fayetteville. And the other thing that I asked Addison when we were in the interview process, his family has no more land in Fayette County to develop, and so we wanted to be up front and disclose that. So he brings a lot of experience from the other side of the development. So without further discussion, I'd like to make the motion to appoint Addison Lester to the Fayette County Development Authority to fulfill a 4-year term beginning April 10th, 2026 and expiring April 9th, 2030.
Second.
So I got a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Okay. Who's handling the ARC? Paola. Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Good evening.
For tonight's agenda item, staff is seeking approval of an amendment for our subgrant agreement with the Atlanta Regional Commission for our 2026 Comprehensive Transportation Plan update. Back in December of 2024, the original agreement was approved, and in December of 2025, our consultant contract was also approved, so this amendment is just reflecting that contract. The total amount for that contract is $264,225.43. The local portion of that is $72,225.43, and the federal amount is $192,000.
Do I have a second?
Second.
So, Mr. Rapson, is this something we've got included in our budget?
100%, and I think she did an outstanding job compared to, if Phil Mallon was here, so.
Don't put that pressure on her.
Paola, we appreciate your work on this, and thank you for it. And we have a motion and a second. Is there any other discussion, guys? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Josh, good to see you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Josh Wilson, Director of Building and Grounds, and I'm here to request the reward the contract number 26124-S Siemens Industry Inc. for the maintenance of the building automation equipment and software within the Justice Center jail annex, and the library for a 3-year period in the amount of $271,676.
Is this an annual renewal or straight 3 years? It has to come back before us annually or what?
This is a 3-year renewal, and then what we'll do is we'll probably actually this is one that we'll be looking at, possibly going out and doing something with in the next year. It's just, that's a pretty like a 3 or 4 month process, so this is one we'll be looking at this fiscal year.
Thank you.
Other questions?
Yeah, can Jess just let everybody know what this software and this contract does so that they know what we're voting for?
Tell them what it does, Josh.
It's the automation.
Briefly.
Briefly. So it is the automation for when some of our HVAC units and different things alarm. It sends us the automation so that we know there's something wrong that we need to go repair and fix.
So when this light will go off at
All hours of the day and night.
any day of the week, right?
Any day of the week.
I got you.
24/7, 365.
I'll move to approve contract 26-124S Siemens Industry for the maintenance of the building automation equipment and software within the Justice Center, jail annex, and library for a 3-year period in the amount of $271,676.
Do I have a second? I'll second it. And are there other questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, who is
I'm
next?
pitch hitting for this one for Katie.
Okay.
This is the renewal for the carbine system. This is the 5th year of a 6-year renewal for $290,000. This is the system that puts you on a vertical and a horizontal axis when you pick up the phone and call 911.
I move to award contract 1477S Carbine Public Safety Ecosystem Renewal 5 of 6 to Carbine in the amount of $290,000.
Do I have a second?
Second.
So we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. C.W. Matthews, Steve, thank you.
Yeah.
Good evening, Commissioners. I'm
Good
here
evening.
to request a renewal of our contract 2596-B. It's a renewal number 1 to C.W. Matthews and Company for our annual asphalt delivery for not to exceed amount of $450,000.
I move to approve contract 2596B renewal number 1 to C.W. Matthews Contracting Company.
Second.
So we got a motion and a second. So tell us just briefly what this asphalt is going to be used for, Steve.
It's for in-house paving, patching, and prepare for a contractor to come in, and also some resurfacing that we'll do in-house.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions of Steve? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you, Steve.
Thank you.
Vanessa.
Good evening. I have the next 3 agenda items. They're all for contracts for FY27 annual renewals. The first one is for our on-call contractor, Shockley Plumbing. It's the not to exceed or on fixed task order prices.
Quick question. As I was reading this, I saw asphalt. Am I thinking wrong that Steve and all of our asphalt users can piggyback on a bid?
Well, there's sometimes when there's a project that's a water system project,
Yeah.
that if we can do in-house, Steve
Yeah.
will step in, and instead of having a contract through on-call doing it, we'll do it in-house. So
On-call
we go
versus
back
his
and forth. This
delivery.
is just an on-house version for the water system to tap.
I'm just thinking for price, but you're saying it's some delivery issues that would be mixing apples and oranges.
I would agree. Mr. Hoffman would tell you he's always cheaper.
And that's what I'm after, after the cheaper. That's where I'm going. Not a good mix.
It's a balancing act with his workload. If they can work something in, they certainly do. And a lot of times for big projects, they'll coordinate and actually take the project over.
When I was reading,
Yeah.
I saw asphalt. I'm
Sure.
like, yeah, let's get a good price across the board.
This is just another tool in the tool shed.
Understood. love to see if it'll work, that we can get a better price because we're buying from different, multiple departments.
Well, and two
Mr.
would,
Chair, tentatively move to approve, waiting whether or not we can accomplish this. But yeah, move to approve staff's request for the on-call service.
Second.
got a motion and a second, and I would say too that when we have small road cuts and repairs, it would, Shockley would be fixing it. It's very small amounts of asphalt too, which is troublesome when in time sensitive and all those sorts of things. So we understand. Steve's got plenty to do without this, right? So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
The next annual renewal is for maintenance on our elevated water storage tanks. And we are wanting to renew this with American Tank Maintenance for not to exceed amount of $659,907.
And this is just, I'm asking this question, but it is inside and out of the tank too. So
And
there's
inspections, yes. We're required to inspect those tanks, all of them, every 3 years. So it's
Right.
the sanitary inspection that EPD requires, plus cleaning them and doing all sorts of maintenance inside and out,
Right.
including painting.
Yes.
If anybody's noticed, but
Well,
Ellis Road tank.
our tanks, thank you for doing a good job taking care of our tanks, because when I travel around and I see tanks of a similar size of ours that have rust showing, I'm not happy, and I'm wanting to call their water system and turn them in, but it's a huge investment too. The value of our tanks is significant. I remember doing a 1 million gallon tank for the city of McDonough, and it was over $1 million for that, and that's been several years ago. So protecting our investment and being diligent, is that a good word, with it? Thank you for that. So do we have a second?
Does this include the tank also on the property of Trilla?
No. That's brand new.
That's
Not ready
brand
to
new.
maintain
Don't
it
need
yet.
to paint it yet. So do we have a motion and a second? So
Move to approve contract 2558P, elevated water storage tank maintenance for fiscal year 2027 to American Tank Maintenance, not to exceed $659,907.
Second.
we got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Thank you. And last but not least,
Is the contract to renew water treatment chemicals that we use for treatment of water, the liquid alum, the chlorine, and sodium hypochlorite with Brentag, Mid-South, and Chemtrade Chemicals for not to exceed amount of $514,933.
And these are 3 different companies, 3 different suppliers,
Yes. No, 2.
2 different suppliers. I say 2, okay. I'll move to approve contract 2550B water treatment chemicals, renewal 1 for Brentag Mid-South and Chemtrade Chemicals US LLC for not to exceed $514,933.
Second.
so we got a motion and a second. Any other questions for Vanessa? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you, Vanessa.
It's good. You made me nervous there for a little bit. What you have in front of you is the renewal for the state court-appointed counsel, Lister, Holtz, and Dennis LLC, not this Dennis next to me. And this is basically for indigent defense, $756,000. This is negotiated contract that we have with them. If you remember, back in 1994, they actually changed local legislation, and then the public defender decided they didn't want to do lower court. Then we actually entered into an agreement with this firm to be the court-appointed counsel in 2023. So we're actually carrying on that in regards to this renewal this particular year. So it's a 3-year contract. This is a 1-year contract, and we'll be looking at it each year as we go forward.
That was my question. Yeah, 1 year.
Right.
And I noticed the letter in the file, the Judge Thompson is strongly endorsed?
I think strongly endorsed may be a mild statement. He's very supportive of them, yes.
Very supportive, okay. So what's the pleasure of the board?
Move to approve contract 26-139S State Court Appointed Counsel to Lister, Holt, and Dennis LLC to provide services to indigent defendants in the amount of $756,000.
Do we have a second? I'll second it for purpose of discussion. So, is there anything else, any other questions we have concerning this? I think the judge is already there. So all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Administrators' reports.
You've got the copy of the engineer of record for the Trillet booster pump which I approved, as well as the Royal condos at Highway 54, the vault, and the tie-in. In addition to that, I sent you a copy of the hot project updates, so you have an update on the multi-purpose facility, the recreation, Darren Drive culvert replacement, Cross Creek culvert replacement, Brandon Mill Circle culvert replacement, the Justice Center build-out, Kenwood Road at Morning Creek and Bridge Town, and then you've got the Crosstown generator project, and then you have a completed list of some projects that have been recently completed that I gave you an update on. In addition to that, we will be going to minimum staffing on July 2nd next week, Thursday, in anticipation for that Friday being the July 4th holiday for staff. And that's all I have.
Attorneys' reports.
Mr. Chairman, I have 2 items for executive session this evening, one for threatened litigation, and the second is to review your executive session minutes of June 11th, 2026. That's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Okay. Commissioners' reports.
Mr. Chair and my colleague, let me start by commending Chief Miller and the McIntosh Community Service Board for assisting a resident recently that was using our park for shelter. Glad that they were able to collaborate without having to go law enforcement route and try to seek to get this individual some assistance. Just wanted to thank Chief Miller and Anita for working with me to accomplish that. We have pockets of poverty, people who are living in their cars in our beautiful county that sometimes we might overlook. Just cognizant, want us to be aware of that and be able to connect resources so people can get connected and get the assistance that they need without it having to go through courts or jails sometimes, where a number of things happen. So I wanted to commend them for doing that. And Mr. Brantley mentioned something. I'm glad he did say that we've made an offer to him, but something new that I hadn't heard about his driveway. So I don't know if that's our responsibility or not. I know you'll check into it, but let's follow up with him on that. And then I'm getting a barrage of additional requests. And I know during the retreat, Mr. Hoffman mentioned that we were looking at recycling again, some form of it. I was just odd that I started getting a lot of requests for that. So an update or wherever we are, greatly appreciated. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Those are my comments.
Sure.
And I'm going to take just a moment too, because this is, as I think everybody knows, it's the 250th anniversary of our nation in next week. And I think it's kind of it's a privilege to be a commissioner in our 250th anniversary. It's really kind of awesome. So I just wanted to make a couple of comments about this because I think these are my feelings. I think many people might share them. But today we have a lot of nitpicking about our faults and exaggerating untruths about this country. And it bothers me. There's no nation that's perfect. We are a work in progress. We've made mistakes. We'll make more mistakes. But eventually, this nation, we own the mistakes and we try to fix them as best we can. There's never been a nation that's made progress like ours has. So we don't want to forget the mistake, but I want to celebrate what's good about this country because there is so much good. And we have much to be proud of as a nation. We continually strive to be better. locally, nationally, statewide. Even though we may disagree with some of what goes on, we continually strive to be better. In our own lifetimes, and especially in mine, we've seen a lot of great progress. So I want to acknowledge that progress on this 250th anniversary. Over 250 years, there's no nation that can claim to have made the incredible progress that our nation has, or been the bulwark of liberty here and around the world as we have been. Just imagine our lives now if we didn't fight a civil war and have 600,000 Americans perish. Or imagine what it would be like if Hitler and the Nazis were victorious in World War II. We wouldn't be here, and that wouldn't be our flag. So as a nation, we've sacrificed and we have shed blood. And because of that, we've been blessed. So this 4th of July, I ask all of you, if you will, to proudly wave your American flag. And more than that, let's feel good to be Americans, because I feel good. I sure do. Beyond that, Mr. Sergio's gone, but I want to congratulate him on his retirement. And one more thing, for 24 of those 250 years, on July 4th, I've been married to the lady that sits up in the front. My wife, Pilly. So, thank you very much.
It's kind of hard to follow that.
You better say something about your wife.
Quick. But I do appreciate our staff and the great work y'all did on the budget. It's a privilege to get to work with y'all. And, you know, I enjoy when my wife gets tired of me, she sends me up here. So that's why I wander around sometimes. I know Steve and
I need to call your wife.
So, but it is a privilege to live in this country. It's a privilege to live in Fayette County, and it's a privilege to get to serve up here. I will say that with all sincerity. So, without further ado, do I have a motion to go into executive session?
Move to go into executive session.
You got a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.